a long process of digging out.
So we've asked meteorologist Jenny Harrison to help us understand the nature of these aftershocks and essentially why Japan really can't afford to relax. They can't afford to rest easy, can they?
Oh, absolutely not. But I think as a nation, John, Fred, the Japanese, of course, never really have. They've been so prepared for this. It must be a terrifying time every time there's an aftershock. And let me just show you this. I think you're going to be quite staggered, actually, when I tell you the number. There have now been, according to the USGS, 223 aftershocks. Now, 24 of these aftershocks, you can just see, look at it, it's just a mass of colour here. 23 of these aftershocks have actually been at 6 magnitude or just greater, and there was actually one 7.1 magnitude quake that was also reported. Now, what I want you to see on here is the region we're talking about. You hear us talk about the Ring of Fire. We know it goes all the way around the Pacific Rim. It's where all these big plates literally meet up. But in Japan, you have a few plates that are all together. So this line you can see here, that is actually the Pacific plate. Then you'll see that it comes down, there's different colours here, and sort of almost as a V sort of coming down, or a U set shape, perhaps you say, that is actually the North America plate. You've got the Philippines plate to the south of that, and then to the west, where you can see it says the Sea of Japan, that is actually the Eurasia plate. And when the earthquake struck, and we had, of course, the tsunami, that was in an area known as the Japan Trench, because it's a subcontract zone, and because of that, where we have these zones going underneath, it literally went underneath. And so, as I say, what you have is the Japan Trench where this took place. Now, on average, there are probably about 1,500 earthquakes that take place that are recorded. It's always about those that are recorded in Japan. So it is something that people obviously do as best as they can to get used to, but after this big magnitude earthquake with so many that have followed that are so strong, I just want to tell you some of the latest figures that have just come in from the Japan National Police Agency. Again, quite staggering. Over 2,500 buildings have been completely destroyed. There are over nearly 2,500 that are completely immersed underwater. 430 roads are damaged. There are 43 bridges damaged. 61 landslides have taken place. So all of these factors, and then of course with the number of aftershocks we have had that could likely continue for weeks and even months as we go forward, then obviously when you've got the buildings at such a precarious state as we have got in so many places, then John, Frederica, how the people deal with that on an everyday basis, really, I don't know.
Just very quickly, was this the big one, or could there be something worse to come?
There could be something worse to come, John. I mean, that's one of the things, again, of course, that all of these experts, all the seismologists, they really cannot accurately predict what's going to happen, and certainly, as you say, the magnitude. So, yes, this was pretty strong, 8.9, but we could have something stronger.
Okay, thanks, Jenny.
All right, the fate of so many is uncertain right now.